Hi guys, what's up? Good morning. What's happening? Yes. I'm Dallas Christopher, and we are here at Private Label Extensions. I already told you at 11 o'clock, which is a couple of minutes late, but at 11 o'clock, we're going to do a little chat where it's the dish with Dallas. And I said Dallas. Dish with Dallas. Dish with Dallas, and we're going to chat about what journeys we had yesterday. Oh my goodness. Did you guys ride with us yesterday? Yesterday was such an incredible day. It was so awesome. We had so much fun playing with lightning, hair yesterday. We had a versus yesterday where we did the Brazilian Raw, and then we versed it with the Vietnamese Raw. And wow, the results that we got yesterday were incredible. I know my face is shiny. Don't worry about it. I got a couple more days and it's going to be like flawless because I'm trying to keep up with, again, with the Mikey, to look flawless with him or whatever. But it's all right. What's up, man? So let's just kind of dive into this and sit comfortably in it. We're having an open discussion and just talking about that journey. And as I was reading some of your comments on yesterday, last night, this morning, because baby, y'all keep the comments coming. Y'all do, and I love it. I love the engagement. I love you guys asking questions and being able to have a forum that we can go to and talk about it. But as I was looking at that, just those questions, I was looking at how you guys are like excited about the journey of those, lightning processes that we did yesterday. And Mikey said something that was so funny when he said, I believe that this Brazilian Raw is going to be Dallas's new favorite. Baby, it is. Okay, I'm just blowing off a Vietnamese away. Baby, it is. It has become my new favorite. What? Listen, let's just get right into it. I got them laid up here. Can you see the Brazilian Raw? Let me just pull one of them up. And of course, I've let this air dry here. Again, I wanted to make sure that I didn't do any conditioning to it. I didn't want to put anything on it. And we didn't even spray anything on it like I did before to, kind of protect for heat. I just let it air dry. Okay. I just laid them flat and let them air dry. So you can see the true result of this as it looks in its state when you have just rinsed it out. Beautiful. Look at that tone. Now, we were not caring about, let's get this, let's get that. We were just putting the product on and we were trying to see the journey and the levels of lift that we were going to get. Look at that. Just beautiful. I mixed them all up because I got so excited. I didn't really care because we saw that yesterday and you have a recording of which brand, and the levels of lift that you got with those particular brands. But look at that. So you tell me that we can't get a 613 in the journey that we did yesterday, and we had that lightener on there for about 40 minutes, right? So for about 40 minutes, this is what you got, and that the integrity of the hair is still intact. Whoa. New fave is our Brazilian Raw. Somebody threw a question on there. Hey, we don't have a Brazilian Raw, and I love how Mikey responded by saying this is what we call it on our private label extensions website, so that you're able to find it. So again, we call it that Brazilian Raw. Look at that. Oh my goodness, just incredible. Look at this. Okay. These are the levels of lift that we were getting, even with some of the ones that didn't have a lot of energy. And we'll talk about that because I wrote some bullet points down for you for today that we'll get into, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page as we begin to educate. Now, I wanted to show the ones I love first. Okay. I'm sold. Okay. I'm sold. as far as my choice as a favorite. And let me tell you why that's a favorite. Okay. So you can understand it. You get a full education here. Is that for if I was going to color, if I'm lifting hair, I'm lightening hair. I got a customer. I just posted something on my Facebook that I just did 2 years ago, and I did a customer, a client, and she was going somewhere. And if you want, just go on my Facebook and look at it. But she was headed somewhere to a concert, and I wanted to add a little bit more volume, and I wanted to add a little bit more length. And so I did some hand tied, and I also did some Vietnamese in there because I needed that coarseness for her. But I had to do a little bit extra coloring on that. And so to stay on track of what I'm speaking about, the reason why it's a favorite is because if I'm going to be lightening, this is going to save me time, especially if I'm trying to get to those 613s, moving from that dark hair, and I'm trying to get that 613 and have a wonderful ombre look where I have that dark level where I'm moving into a lighter level all the way down to a 613. This is going to it's going to make my job a whole lot easier. It's going to make my journey a whole lot easier working with the Brazilian Raw. That's why it's now become one of my favorite. And so as a hairstylist, speaking from a hairstylist point of view, if you are a hairstylist, you always want to make your job easy. You want to work smart, not hard. And so if I'm in the salon, time is money. If I'm behind that chair, time is money. If I'm trying to get that hair blonde, because I know that I need this for that customer that's coming in, that she wants that blonde hair in there, that we're gonna, do a wig or sew in. This is gonna be my weapon of choice, as you would say, if we're going to do it as a battle. This is my choice. It's going to save me time. Sorry, I got to scratch myself, but I can't hit myself because you know about the situation with the face thing. Which was a choice I chose to get my skin tags off. Okay, they look great. Love my doctor, Dr. Karen. But yeah, this would be my choice that I would go with. Now, does it say that, oh, well, Dallas said walked away from Vietnamese. He's totally on the Brazilian Raw now. This is his journey. This is what he loves. No, I'm not walking away from Vietnamese. I still love my Vietnamese. My Vietnamese can get 613 also. I would have to do it multiple times. So to make sure that you have a clear understanding, if I still want the coarseness, I still want the texture, the feel more of that, kind of, I'm not afraid to say it, a black girl who has that coarse, thicker strand hair that feels a little bit more closer to her own texture, feels a little bit more organic for her. Yes, I still love my Vietnamese. I love it. Looking at these levels of lip that we got here, I want you to look at that again, leaving it in its raw state. No shampoo. We just basically rinse this off and let you see it. I'm going to tell you about rinsing it off and letting you see it in a moment. Here we go. Look at this, the level of lip that we got here. Again, we still have that contributing tone that's in there that's living in that more of that orange, kind of orange golden, tone that's there. We talked about it earlier this week. Again, here, if you lifted this here and tried to tone it, you're not going to get in because you didn't get high enough. You're not going to get that blonde that you're looking for. So what you have to do, take it another process and do a second process, a second lightening process on it. And so at that point, remember, lightening hair, it dries the hair out. It dries the hair shaft out. So you still have to be cautious. So if I was going to lighten this again, there's a step between that. People think, oh, I'm going to lighten it and I'm good. Let's go just throw some more on there. Remember, it's a drying, portion that's in there because it's lifting that cuticle up and rearranging that cortex. And so it's drying. I'm going to shampoo with a gentle shampoo that's a rebuilding shampoo up, kind of building those bonds back up. And then I'm going to place a conditioner on there that's going to help seal those bonds and strengthen that hair back up. And then I'm going to re-lighten the hair. So I don't know if you caught that, because that piece right there is the piece that kind of takes you to the next level of a hairstylist. And that is, I'm going to use something that after I've lightened it, I'm not going to go right to, oh, let's lighten it some more. I'm going to give that hair some love. Okay. Adding that shampoo and that conditioner to it, giving it some love, rinsing, and then I start the process over again because I've dried the drying agent, I've dried the hair out so much. Right? Cool. So to recap, I love my Vietnamese still. And because of the coarseness and the more organic that it feels with my type of clientele that I see behind my chair, I am going to reach for this one generally first. But if I'm going to do some lightening and she needs to get that 613 and those beautiful blondes and those ombres and those, balayages and those teasy lights, and if I'm going to go for that, I'm headed directly to my Brazilian Raw, okay? Because it's going to save me more time. It's going to get that lightening service that I need. I'm going to be, it's amazing. It's incredible. So now we understand our differences that are there. And I know you guys are asking questions, right? I'm going to get to those questions, but I said I wanted to cover a couple of things. So here's a couple of things that I said I was going to cover, and I wrote some bullet points down for you guys. First bullet point that I want to talk about in the processing time for lighteners and its time factors. First thing, the darker the natural hair color, the more melanin it has. See how dark this is? Especially when I was showing you the true bundles yesterday. I was showing you the Vietnamese bundle. That Vietnamese bundle looked much darker than the Brazilian Raw. And it was. It's more melanin that's in it. So to kind of go into that, it says the more the melanin it has, the longer it takes to lighten the color. You saw the example yesterday. Yesterday, this one was lighter. This one was darker. Look what the levels that we are, as you're seeing. This got all, several pieces got to a 613. Here, you did not get there. So that means that there's some, it's going to take longer or more energy to get it there, or a safer route to get there. Just don't go in there all willy-nilly, blast it all up, because at that point, you're going to really dry it out. And then now you're going to ruin your hair you have. Okay? It's bullet point one. The next bullet point. The amount of time needed to lighten the natural color is also influenced by the hair's porosity. Okay? Y'all know about that. Porosity. Porous hair of the same color level will lighten faster than hair that is non-porous. The lightening agent can enter the cortex more rapidly for that. So again, with that porous hair, what it's saying is porous hair of the same color level will lighten faster. Porous means that the cuticles are a little bit lifted. So when that product gets in, the energy is not needed to really get that cuticle lifted up. And so the energy is not needed there. So it gets into the cortex and start working immediately. Okay. Great lesson here. The Vietnamese, we talked about it being coarser, more cuticles, more layers of cuticles on it. So you have to get through that. You have to get all of those layers to lift up so that product can get in and start lightening, because I wish I could stand up and show it to you. Actually, I could, but I'm not ready to because I got on shorts and I got on my little sweater because I'm a little cool. Anyway, but that cuticle lays flat. And if there's layers of cuticle there, you're trying to lift that cuticle up so that the product can get in and start working on the cortex, because that's where all the action is happening. That's the cortex. So if you're trying to get those little blinds of what you want to call it, like think of cuticles as, blinds on a window. If they're laid flat, it's no light is coming through. You need to lift them up so that light can come through. We'll lift them up or open them so that product can get in and start working into the cortex. So I try to give you kind of like an analogy where you can see it in a different perspective. So this is why it didn't lift as much as the Brazilian Raw because the cuticles are, more. It's a thicker, coarser hair. Okay. Moving to the next one. The influence, tone influences. I wrote this and I don't even know why I'm looking at it crazy. Tone influences the length of time necessary to lighten the natural hair color. The more difficult it is to achieve because the melanin must be diffused sufficiently to alter both the levels and the tone of the hair. Sufficiently. We didn't get sufficiently levels of lift here, okay? So that contributing tone is still there, all right? Maybe we lifted up here. Honey, she went up, she got on and she went up, and she did, okay? And that's why we have that, 613 and living in those 8s and 9s and almost 10s over here. There's strands over here that are 10s over here, which is amazing in one journey. The next one, I showed you guys this yesterday as well. The strength of the lightening product affects the speed and amount of lightening. Stronger lighteners produce pale shades in a faster time. So if you have more energy, such as a higher developer, or you have a product, which we showed you 5 different types of products yesterday, some products are stronger than others, okay? And that was the purpose for us doing this versus, so you can see, what products work well with this particular product, which is our product, the hair. And so what's going to lift faster? What's going to lift slower? You have to understand and really get in there and say, and now I'm getting ready to throw some. I'm not throwing stones. I'm just trying to help here. Okay, you see how I leaned in there. Running to the local beauty supply store. I had to pause there for a second. And picking up, I'm not gonna call out a name, but picking up some $4.99 dust powder. Do you know how it works? Have you seen it work? Sometimes you may go in there and get something out of there, and baby, it's like high powered gasoline bomb gas. You put it on here, and sometimes you may grab something in there that's $2.99 or $4.99, and it takes you 2 days to lighten that hair. Okay, so again, lessons learned. I know y'all probably going off and laughing in these comments over here. I'm not even looking at them yet, but lessons learned. You seeing us here at Private Label Extensions using multiple professional products that you can see and see how that energy works. Okay, good. One of the other things I wanted to add here, the last one, and I talked about it in a kind of a little blurb that I did, and it is heat. Okay, hear this. Heat leads to faster lightning. Yay! Some of us are going, yeah, let's just go ahead and blast it with some heat. Can you imagine blasting this with some heat they got here in 40 minutes? Can you imagine blasting that? But the stages of lightning must be carefully observed to avoid excessive lift, okay? Excessive lift could diffuse so much natural pigment that the toner may not produce the desired color, okay? I bolded this to make sure I stay here for a second. When this occurs, the toner may absorb too much color or grab, giving the hair an unwanted ashy, cool tone. Have that happened to you before? Where you've blasted that lightener on the head, you've placed, some foils on that hair, and you put it in a dryer, or you took your blow dryer. I'm a teacher, okay? I've seen some of my students sitting in the back of the school, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just blow drying the hair. I'm like, but it's lightener on the hair. I know. I'm just trying to hurry up because I ain't got 30 more minutes before I go eat. Oh, okay, right. But when you blast that, you have to be careful because you can take out so much of that pigment that when you are trying to put a toner on there, it grabs bluish, grayish, greenish, whatever toner you're trying to put on there, saying, "Oh, I want to cool my tone off," and then now it's more bluish, greenish, whatever-ish. I've seen some people tone some hair and they're trying to say, I want a cool blonde, and it looked like an ashtray gray, and that's not the look they were going for, but it turned out to look like an ashtray, and then it's some pieces that are inconsistent. That's what has happened. You didn't walk your journey up properly. You blasted that hair to get that. You most of your color molecule that was naturally in the hair is just diffused, dissipated, gone. And so at that point, any molecule that comes and hit that, it's like suck it up, okay? Give me, and then it turns a muted color, ashy tone, right? And then you have to turn around and bleach bath it, get that off, and sometimes it's hard to get that off, and now you're even drying it even more. And so again, this whole segment is for you and for us to really talk about how we can reach and get the best results when we're lightening hair. That's all, okay? So let me go through and look at some of these questions. Good morning. Hey, Erica, good morning. Oh, well, baby, you might need to find some more space, so go get you another, yeah. What lightener did you use? Lavish, I think it's Lavish product line. We did a series, and if you can just go back and look, we used about 5 different lighteners, okay? So just look at the previous one we did on yesterday, and then you'll see. And we talked about it. It's one that's 6 minutes, and it's one, I think it's like 30 minutes. And we talked about, what lighteners we use. We did use a Paul Mitchell brand. We used a Schwarzkopf brand, and we used a Matrix brand. And we used 2 in Paul Mitchell, 2 in Schwarzkopf, and then the Matrix. So, but you'll see the different ones that we use in that video, okay? Letitia talking about, absolutely. That's right, girl, absolutely. Yeah, perfect. You guys always give me great questions. Yes, it was beautiful. It was, and I'm totally happy about it. You guys give me great questions. I'm going to reach out to you guys and say, to you right now, as I'm looking at the question line, what strong question you have about color, and I'm just open that up, about lightening hair that you want to ask right now. And again, making sure you understand that we're talking about what goes with our product that we have here at Private Label Extensions when we're choosing to color. Before you ask me that, or while some of you are thinking about that question and come up and ask that, think about this. And I'll answer that question. If you are choosing to use lightener on your products, such as your products of choices that you bought, bundles or wigs, always keep in mind that if you're going to be using lighteners to take it from a dark level to a lighter level, take the time to spend a little bit of extra money to get a raw so that your journey will be easier, okay? Just as I showed you here. Take the time to spend a little bit more money so your journey will be easier. If not, and I'm going to grab one that was one of the lesser energies for hair. That was the in the Vietnamese, and we used a lightener that didn't have a lot of energy that was in it. I think that one was the Matrix, was the least energy of the journey we used yesterday. Your colors may get this high when you first do it, okay, on some of the other categories, because they're just not raw. There's so many things that you have to take in consideration. And so you may have a more of a red-orange undertone that you have to break through to get to your lighter colors. And if you're not really focused on, I've got to sit here and walk this out, get this done, go through the process of shampoo, conditioner, bring back, let me walk this out, get this done, shampoo, conditioner, set it up, come back, do it again. If you're not totally vested in that time to do that, and you're just trying to rush and get it, you are going to destroy that hair, or you're going to come back and say, something wrong with your hair. No, something wasn't wrong. Okay. I know that hit some people, in the gut. No, it wasn't. What happened is that you have to take in consideration of what you're working with. Okay. I hope that answers some questions for some people. All right. I got my head turned to the side because I'm looking at these questions. There. Yeah. Hi. What's up? What's up? I think that did. I think that answered those questions for you all. Understanding what you want to grab or what you're going to, reach when you are trying to do lightning services. I've told it to you once, twice, 3 times a lady. The best choice is going with the 613 and then walking your colors down at that point, getting to, depositing your color, whatever you need to go to there. If not, and you want to go with having that darker level, just be mindful. Go with a raw. You'll get a better result in your lightning. That's there. The last piece I wanted to share with you before we kind of pop off, because I wanted to stay for a whole hour, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a little side dish. I'm not going to give you a whole plate today. Just give you a side dish today because we need to go back over and do some more coloring today. Is that the reason why I chose to do this without taking the time to shampoo, condition, set it back up, and then bring it to you. A lot of you operate that way, where you will, and I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying there are plenty of people out there that operate like this. They will just lighten the hair, rinse it, throw some more lightener on top of it, rinse it, throw some more lightener on top of it, rinse it. And I wanted you to see what our product looks like after you have lightened it and did nothing to it. Okay? Okay? I'm showing off now. I'm showing off now, right? Private label extensions, baby. Huh? Okay? Lighten it. I did nothing to it. I just rinsed. And I came back to the table. Right? So you are, still set up for success in a sense. But I'm also saying, for you to have better success, take that time to shampoo it properly, build those bonds back up, condition it properly, set it up for the next lightening. Because anytime you're doing a lightener, you are drying out that hair. So that made sense. That was a lot of sense. But believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there who really don't know that. And they, and it's not saying you're dumb. It's just saying, hey, I didn't recognize that. I didn't remember that. If y'all notice, I keep my book. If y'all see that book right here, y'all know what that book is. It stays with me everywhere. It's in the salon, it's in the studio, it's in my car, and it's here. Okay, I keep it with me. And if there's something that I need to go back to reference to, I go back to it. I go back to my chapter 21 for coloring. If I'm doing anything that's dealing with chemical, that's breaking down the hair, such as relaxers, or even if I'm doing a perm, because I do all textures and all races. Even when I'm doing if I need to figure something out and go, wait, I remember something about that, I go right to my book and I reference it. It doesn't make you seem like you're dumb. It actually makes you seem like you're smarter, because your client goes, wow, he or she cares about me enough that they're really making sure that they research, this information, So there we have it. All right. That is all that I have time for you guys today. Like I said, I didn't want to stay forever, but I wanted to give you enough information for today. And I know it's Friday also, and we need to do our coloring, and then Marcus and we need to head to Greenville because guess what's happening in Greenville, baby? Private label extensions. It is wholesale day. That's right. This Sunday, the list will be out. Today, I believe Mikey noted, the list will be out. Please go to beautybiz.com, sign up, get your tickets. If you don't want to, come visit. It's wonderful. Come visit. If you live here in Atlanta, it's just a 2-hour drive. Well, 2.5, but 2 hours, yeah, for most of the people who drive like me, Leadfoot. It's a 2-hour drive. It's a beautiful city, great places to eat. Sunday is going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a little bit warmer. Please come to the city, visit us. If you have questions about any techniques, anything as far as lightening, styling, creations, making wigs, you name it, whatever. Techniques of adding whatever extensions in the head, I'm there. I'm there to hear, answer, and help you the best way I can. Mikey is going to be there to talk to you about marketing, talk to you about how you can build your business, how you can grow your business, how you can be successful. Like, listen, the boutique in Greenville, private label extensions, 100 West North Street, beautiful small boutique. It's not really small, but it's a nice, boutique. But guess what? You can catch Mikey and I there, and you can catch us and talk to us face to face because we're going to be right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah. So we'll see you guys on Sunday, the 20th, wholesale day, private label extensions, Greenville. That's 100 West North Street. I almost didn't say the address correctly, and I was born there. It's my store. It's 100 West North Street, Greenville, South Carolina, 29601. That is the address. We will see you there. Bye, guys. Now, let me turn my stuff off and get some stuff on. Good luck going to good. Thank you. Wait. Did you turn my camera off? You did.